everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. In last week's vlog, I headed to the physio after running my ultramarathon just under a month ago because I had some issues with my foot and with my ankle, and I wanted to check that I was going to be able to run sometime soon without doing extra further damage to it. And I had the good news that I was going to be able to get back to running so long as I did slow running and shorter distances as well. Then I immediately went to the gym and started speaking about my strength training routine and the fact that this winter my goal is to get really strong. This week I am going to be heading out for one of my first runs since I was told that I was able to run. I have run twice since then. One was just a simple 3-kilometer run and the other one was 8.5 kilometers of trails at a very, very slow pace, actually with the dog, and that went okay. I hurt a little bit in the days afterwards and that afternoon as well. So I'm hoping that today, heading out on a road run, my peroneal tendon is going to be able to cope a little bit better than it did when I tried last week. This week's vlog is sponsored by Aftershokz Aeropex headphones. I am currently wearing them at the moment and I'll be talking about them throughout this vlog, but just to give you a bit of an overview, these headphones are the ones that are bone conducting headphones, so they don't go directly in your ear, they conduct through your bones. So let me show you. They go here and you can hear everything that's going on around, as well as the music that is going on in or just next to your ears. I have been using these headphones for the last 2 weeks or so as my main pair of headphones so that I could get a good impression of what they were like, and I'm super impressed. They are also England Athletic approved for racing, which most headphones aren't, because obviously if you're wearing headphones in your ears, you can't hear instructions, you can't hear any danger, you can't hear vehicles, so you're generally not allowed to wear headphones for a lot of races. Whereas these ones you can wear because you can hear what is going on around you, and that was probably their major selling point for me. I do listen to music when out on runs, but things that scare me are cars. When I'm out on the trails, you never know what's going to be happening, but also I really like to listen to the bird song and the kind of sound of nature around me, but also I might want a little bit of extra motivation from the music. And then also, as a woman running alone in the evenings or at night or early in the morning, I do sometimes feel very stressed if I'm going to be wearing headphones, so I just tend not to wear headphones at all. Whereas with these, I can play music, still hear the music, and also still hear what's going on around me. So in terms of safety, they are bang on. So I'm going to be sharing a little bit more about those in a second, and then this afternoon I'm going to be heading out for a run. I'm just going to do a very slow recovery run. Since having COVID and since my ultramarathon and now my injury, my recovery runs have really slowed down, so I'm trying not to let ego get in the way of really taking back the pace, because previously a recovery run would easily be like 5 minutes per kilometer to 5:30 per kilometer, and that was pretty easy for me. Now when I'm running that sort of pace, my heart rate is way higher than it should be, and it's a little bit more tough on my joints where it's currently hurting at the moment. So I'm gonna take the pace right back and just do it by feel rather than by paces. So hopefully I'll be able to do nose breathing, I'll be able to be chatting to you and making sure that I'm not going off too fast. It comes with obviously all the instructions for how to use it, which is super handy because it's got quite a lot of functionality, quite a lot of controls that are not immediately obvious. So having a little bit of a read through that's super helpful. And then these are the headphones themselves. They're really sturdy, they feel like they're properly made, and I know this is kind of a small thing, but I really love the blue colour. It's like a Prussian blue. It's really nice. So it has obviously all the play pause on the side here, and then it's got the charging port here and the volume controls on the side, and obviously you can pick up calls and all that kind of stuff with these headphones as well, which is super useful on the run. And then it's got this box with it. This is where you would carry your headphones if you want to carry all the elements that come with it as well. It's obviously got the charging lead, and this one came with 2 charging leads, which is super useful because you know, whether you lose one or whether you just want one for traveling and then one by your bed or wherever you charge your headphones, it's very useful to have 2. And then it's also got, obviously because it's not an in-ear headphone, it has some earplugs that come with it, and these mean that you can listen to music, for example on a train, without having to listen to what everyone else is talking about on the train. And so these are very, very useful. I haven't yet tried the headphones with earplugs in because obviously I'm using them specifically to be able to hear what's going on around me, but I will be giving these a go. And I think you can change the type of sound that you're listening to as well, so you can change the bass levels, for example, so that it sounds just as good with earplugs in as without. And one of the key features of these that is super useful for running is that these are waterproof. That makes them them obviously fully splash proof and water resistant, so if it is raining, you're not gonna get dead headphones. I always feel slightly nervous about headphones in the rain because I like worried that they're gonna zap my brain. But obviously these are not gonna do that. It also means that they're fully sweat proof as well. And I don't know about you guys, but sometimes having in-ear headphones on when I'm sweating lots is quite an unpleasant experience. So these have been really nice when I'm out on a run, and I feel pretty confident knowing that they are also completely water resistant, so that's great. A lot of my ultras are in the pouring rain, so I will be definitely wearing these. And speaking of ultras, these have 8 hours of battery life, which means that you can be listening to music either on a multi-day, you know, for a few hours a day, or for one long day of running, which is awesome because a lot of headphones do not have great battery life. So these ones are definitely up there with ones that you might want to be wearing for your ultramarathons. I already mentioned before that they're England Athletic approved for racing, so that's definitely a key thing. And also they have a really secure fit, so if you want to be wearing them for yoga or doing your handstands or your gym workouts, or really you're just a very vigorous runner and you're worried about headphones falling out, these are not going to do that. And as I showed at the beginning of the video, I often do wear them around my neck as well, which obviously you can't do with in-ear headphones. You kind of have to carry them in your hand if you want to be taking them out of your ears, whereas these you can just slip down to on your neck and they stay there really securely and safely. So if you don't want to be listening to music, you can either pause them, but if you want to actually take them out, you can put them on your neck and they stay there nice and secure for whatever you want to be doing at that time. So I'm a massive fan of these. I think they're well worth investing in, and I give them a really good rating. I think they're fab. Hey everyone! I'm just out my run at the moment, and we've just set off a nice casual pace. I'm here with my friend Zoe and we're just taking it really easy today. Very excited and happy to be out actually, and the weather is just about holding out. I thought it might rain today, so I'm very happy that it's not, and I've wrapped up really warm. I'm not going off my rules of be bold, start cold, because I'm a wuss basically. I like to be as warm as possible, but all my runs at the moment are super slow, super easy. Did a run yesterday, and just a really short one yesterday, kept my heart rate really low, and I was very happy because it feels like my heart rate was back to sort of what it should have been, whereas previously it's been like up into the 170s, 180s, 190s when I've just been doing recovery runs, so not much recovery when you're doing that. It's looking so autumnal out in the park at the moment. Have a look. So pretty. So Zoe and I were just discussing about injuries. We've known each other since we were what? Like 8 years old?
Yeah, I think so, going all the way back to prep school.
Yeah, exactly, prep school. And then we went to uni together, and we lived together at uni in my our third year, so we know each other pretty well, and Zoe has been like plagued, as have I, with injuries. What sort of injuries have you had?
So I mean, obviously quite similar to you, I've had IT band syndrome, which,
yeah.
I mean, you always get told you get like not enough glute activation or whatever, but I think definitely it was to me like running style plus just not that much strength,
Yeah.
particularly in the glutes and in quads and stuff. So just building everything up, so much rehab as you know about.
Yeah.
And then changing that running style a bit, like where you place your feet and your stride length definitely. So that definitely helped with that. And then again with yours, but it's like symmetry at the moment, like heel pain and like Achilles.
Yeah.
So again, always influencing the running side of what we do. It was just building up that strength and like knowing what's good for you, what you can push through and what you can't.
Yeah, all sounds very familiar. If you guys have been watching this channel for a while, you'll know that I too suffered from IT band syndrome. The worst of the injuries, mainly because when I got told by my first physio that I should just stop running, and like that's the most disheartening thing ever when like running is, I don't know about you Zoe, but for me like it keeps me sane.
It's the worst thing to be told to just stop all sport.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, so
do Lally.
Yeah, exactly. So then you just ignore the advice, and then you get worse and worse and worse. So that's a very frustrating one. So as Zoe says, like things like glute activation, getting stronger, strength and conditioning, what I'm always on about, is super important. And
But it's important for all runners if you want to avoid injury as well, not just getting better from it. We've just started the hilly part of the run. I've had to take off a layer because, as per usual, I got really hot really quickly. This part is where I usually do my hill sprint. As you can see, it's kind of curvy, winding. It's a decent incline, but nothing crazy. Oh yeah, and there are ponies. There are not usually ponies here. Look, it's living in the countryside. Hi, ponies. We'll see you on the way back down. Completely normal. Yeah, so hilly all the way up, and then it's like a kilometre loop basically that you can do as many times as you like, as many hills as you can manage really. Yeah, so this is a good one locally to me, and I always try and fit in some hills into my recovery runs just so I get used to running them on tired legs. And I did this yesterday as well. Didn't run very far, but I had like 70 metres of elevation gain, which is quite a lot for a short run. Right, I'm going to focus on breathing because I'm actually dying now. We've done the loop and we've come to say hi to the ponies. Hi ponies, I don't think you're supposed to be here.
No.
Oh, well, at least they're going in the direction of not the road. No, that's true, they're quite wide. Hello. Hi. Oh, you are cute. Small little break, 4 kilometres in to the run. And then we got a big hill in a second. Time for the big hill. Up we go. Made it. Whew. And now we get.
Stop and look.
Yeah. The views. Oh, you can't actually see Ashton. God damn it. Okay, last little downhill bit of our run. Woo! Nice. Having said that it was not raining, it is now raining. But that's okay, we're just a couple of 100 meters away from home, so yes, finishing it strong. Just got back from the run and sitting in my garden in the drizzle. Foot wise, I was okay. Those shoes I was wearing, which are a collaboration between Allbirds and Adidas, are super lightweight. They're actually high performance shoes. They're supposed to be like socks. I mean, they are kind of very, very soft to wear, which means that they don't push on my heel in the bit that was really hurting. So that's sort of been my way of getting by whilst running without being in pain. As you will notice, I'm back in my Crocs, so still shoes are really hurting at the moment, but knowing that it's not going to cause any permanent damage means that I'm just sort of like gritting my teeth and kind of getting on with it a little bit. But I am taking it really easy when it comes to running because I don't want to risk making it worse and feeling worse and then not being able to get back to my training and races next year. So that's sort of my priority, is like getting back to things but really slowly and making sure that I don't set myself back at all. So have no fear, I am taking things really easy. And actually, someone asked in my previous vlog, do ultra runners regret ultra marathons when they get injured? And I think it's actually a really good question, because with ultras and with any race and with running in general, injuries are sort of par for the course. You know, you are going to get injured at some point. I think it's something like 60% of runners are injured every year. More than likely you will be injured every year or every other year. That's certainly been the case for me. I haven't really been injured recently until this, so I do not regret the race at all. But had that not been my A race of the year, so you have like A race, B race, C race, so different goals for the year, with your A race being like the one that you're most working towards, your B race being maybe like a race that allows you to do the A race.
a training race, for example. Had that not been my A race of the year, I would have not pushed so hard on a foot that was quite clearly not okay. Like, I might just have done day one and called it a day at that, because that still would have been good for me. So no, I don't regret it, because I knew full well that there was a good chance that I would get injured, and I'd kind of made peace with that. I'm not delusional. I know that doing 100 and whatever kilometers is going to be tough on the body. I just knew that I didn't have any other races this year, so it wasn't the end of the world if I did get a bit injured. I think if I'm still injured well into next year, like February say, then I will start to regret the race. But I'm very much hoping that doesn't happen. I'm doing all the right things. I'm taking it as easy as I can, while still also getting in some kind of base training. And fingers crossed, things will just start to get better steadily, as they have been over the last 3 or 4 weeks. They have been getting better. It's just slower than I would like. But you know, that's always the case. If you've ever done a race like that, do you regret it if you get injured? I'd love to hear, so like put it down in the comments, and that can answer the other person's question, because I'm always intrigued, because obviously I don't speak for all ultra runners, I don't speak for all runners, so I'm intrigued as to whether you kind of regret a race if you get injured in that race. That's it. Make sure to check out the Aftershokz headphones. I have a discount link which I'll put down in the comments below. They are really good. I really rate them. Didn't wear them today because obviously I was running with my friend who decided to join me last minute, which is super lovely, because I really miss having company when running. It's something that I've missed over the pandemic, and I'm very happy to be able to have back again. But definitely check them out. They are so good. Perfect for if you want to race with headphones as well, or if you're just out on the trails, as I know a lot of you guys do, and want to be able to listen to the sounds of nature around you, or anything that might be slightly dangerous, because you can still hear what's going on around whilst also listening to some banging music. So make sure to check out the discount code below, hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button as well, because as I get back into running, I'll be talking more about my running training and how I'm combining that with strength training. I have a chat with my coach this week, so I will be getting all the goss on like what's the stuff to do, which I will obviously be sharing with you guys as soon as I can. And that is it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!